Well, tonight a manhunt is underway as we speak in California for the killer who opened fire at a Halloween party.
It happened at an Airbnb rental home there in California. So 5 people died there. Now, 4 days later, police are still trying to find the gunman. The murders are now shedding light on Airbnb rentals for big party houses there. Natisha Lance joining us now. Natisha, cities in Metro Atlanta, they've already started cracking down on these so-called party houses with Airbnb.
Yeah, that's right, Aisha. The city of Dunwoody is working to fix a loophole with Airbnb rentals despite a ban on short lease rentals under a month. Dunwoody City Council member Terry Nall says homeowners get around the ban by booking guests with a 31-day reservation, but then allow guests to check out early. The battle over Airbnb rentals has hit several cities and counties across the metro. Now the demand for it could become even tighter following a deadly Halloween shooting at a San Francisco Airbnb. The company says it is cracking down too. So the company's CEO announced on Twitter Airbnb will expand manual screenings of high-risk reservations. It will also create a dedicated party house rapid response team and take immediate action against users who violate guest policies. Now, back in July, we told you about an Airbnb host who says guests vandalized her home. Her sister shared these pictures with 11 Alive. Cities and counties in the metro have wrestled with whether to ban Airbnb completely, but ahead of the pact, Roswell, Johns Creek, and Milton do not allow short-term rentals in residential areas. Now, Airbnb CEO is accelerating the review process to put new policies in place as soon as possible.
Well, how